What's up, everybody? Sujan Patel here. Welcome to another episode of Shake Sales. Today I got James Buckley. James, you bring in the energy. James is the host of Sell Better. I almost got it.
It's all good. It's the Sell Better daily sales show. We are live every single day interviewing great sales professionals to help you sell better. It's easy.
Perfect. We're not even going to edit this one out. There you go. James brought the energy.
Yeah, learn more. Sellbetter.xyz. What's popping?
There you go. All right. So we're going to talk about two things today. Really big, high impact things. It's like affecting the whole industry. The way you sell is changing, and change brings in a lot of things. So James is going to dig into that. Number two is there's a lot more people trying to get a job these days in sales, right? A lot of layoffs, a lot of stuff standing out different, whatever. So James, let's jump into the first one.
Yeah.
What's changed, first of all? What is changing? What's different now?
Okay, so let's rip. Here's a couple of things that everyone should be aware of. Decision makers, leaders, people that affect the way your company runs every single day. They're making different kinds of decisions every day and then keeping them for shorter amounts of time if they have the opportunity to. So what they're saying is, okay, we're going to change this about our prospecting flow, and then we're going to measure those results in 30 and 60 and 90 days, right? This window of time is going to give them a decent idea of what those results from that change are. If they don't see what they're looking for, guess what? Another change gets made. This often puts salespeople back at square one. So here's what has to exist. Something, and I think there's a lot of solutions out there. Hit me up if you need a list of them. Something must exist that keeps salespeople selling while leadership, directors, VPs make changes to process and structure and what's happening on the internal workings of how top of the funnel tofu gets in front of their salespeople. A solution must exist, and I know lots of them, please hit me. Lots of them exist that will keep those sellers selling while all those changes are happening. That is the first topic that we have to discuss today.
Yeah, so what do you do? How do you sell when the seller is changing the way they sell?
So here, and this is something I have struggled with for the last couple of weeks, and I think lots of people are struggling with it, and target. Not just target of like, how do I impact these companies, right? We look at targeting and we say, I want to talk about the companies that I serve best. What kind of companies are they? How many people do they have? What's their ARR? This is all table stakes now, right? Go this step further. And this has been a talking point for about a year. And I don't think it's really mattered all that much until right now. But who do those companies sell to? Can you affect those people? If you can get to your clients' customers earlier in the sales conversation and how it helps those people buy easier, better, stronger from your client, your prospect, you're going to win more deals faster. So salespeople, take the extra step, right? Don't just look at the company and all the things that make that company a good prospect for you. Ask yourself, does what you give them help their clients? And if you can answer that question succinctly, concisely, in a way that makes sense for the person that you're selling to, I think you're going to win more deals and get further into the conversation much faster. And we need that while all this change is happening in the background.
Yeah. So, and the difference is selling from a feature standpoint or selling from here's the 7 things I need that you need to do your job. Now it's like you're going 2 levels deeper. Help the customer you're selling to sell better. And then their customer actually do whatever they're trying to do better, right?
Yeah. Well, this opens the door to a discovery question that I think lends itself to this process of selling while change is happening behind you, right? And this is the discovery question. What can you tell me about the people you sell to? What's your ideal client look like? If that person is then describing their ideal clients, it makes it a little easier for you to tie back your value to how what you're changing about their organization. Remember, they're in change mode. Like, this is good. You want this. Like, if they're in change mode, that means we can have a good conversation about how I can help you to change, right?
Right.
But asking them who they're selling to and getting the details around that persona and that industry and that vertical helps you to tailor your sales process and the momentum that you need to carry through that sales process from A to B, because you're not just selling to them, you're selling to their clients as well. And that's like doubling up on all of this tactic that we are looking for as sales professionals to keep that pipeline moving forward.
I love it. I think one of the things people take for granted or took for granted, maybe not on purpose, is the last 3 years, everyone was buying. Everybody. It didn't matter what they were buying. They were buying.
Yeah.
They were in the cycle of spending freaking money.
They were interested for sure.
Right. Consumer spending is still at all-time high, but business is not. And everyone was getting funding, right? So it's so easy to sell to tech companies. And guess what? Budget freezes and layoffs and reduction, and like they're not buying anymore. You have to convince them the first step of why buy, why change, right? Like,
yo, is this even something worth a chat? Worth a chat. Those 3 words seem to be quite effective in the modern selling economy. Worth a chat? Like with even like imagine it, you can do it like as a state, you can say this is worth a chat, right? And that's impactful in an email, on a phone call, or even on like a social DM, right? Worth a chat. But like worth a chat, like is this even on your freaking radar right now?
Yeah.
Because the answer to that question, definitely worth a chat. We just had a meeting about this. Man, that you already have baked in momentum in your product offering, your service offering, your value proposition, if that's the way that conversation is beginning.
Love it. Love it. So, I guess another, just speaking of budgets, like how do you address when people don't have budgets?
So my
budgets or shrunk.
Yeah, we don't have budget for this. A very common, what I would refer to as a mid objection. It's not a soft objection and it's not a hard objection. It's kind of right in the middle. We don't have budget is a very interesting statement because what I've learned in my time with John Barrows, Chris Merrill, the team at Sell Better, the team at JB Sales, Morgan J. Ingram, is that if you're articulating your value and you're able to position that value in an effective manner, you better believe that decision makers, people that function at a high level above the power line, have resources to be able to go find that budget, go get that budget. It's a matter of whether or not you are doing a good enough job to not convince or persuade, but prove to this individual that it's worth that effort and that investment to go get that budget and put it here, right? If you can do this, the budget thing is like, you should be talking about budget as soon as humanly possible in the conversation so that you can see if they balk at it. I'll tell you a way that I do this. When I tell somebody that it's $10,000 a month, I say it's $10,000 a month. Does that freak you out? Every seller does not always have the level of confidence I have after doing this since 2006, right? Like I'm very confident and I want to disqualify you if I can, right? So I'm very quick to say it's $10,000 a month. Does that settle well with you? Right? What do you think about that? I want that opinion from them. They're either going to say, ooh, that's going to be a tough sell, or they're going to go, I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm looking for the green or the red light right there. Right? And this is after I've already articulated
early, right?
it. That's right. I want the objection early. Give it to me early. Like, let's get all the cards out on the table. I want to hear you say, that's tough. Or I think this is doable. I have to talk with, whatever I need to talk with to get the approval, but I think this is doable, right? The CFO or whoever you're going for approval for. But confidence early to be able to say, now let me tell you what it costs. You got to get good at timing this in that first call. Right. Okay. Look, it sounds like we have a great fit here. This sounds amazing. I just want to be as fully transparent as I can with you. The price tag for this is like $10K a month. How does that sit with you? Right. What do you think about that? Who's going to be my blocker for that? Right. Is it going to be finance? Is it going to be procurement? Like, what does that look like? These are early questions that used to be like call 2, call 3, just a few short years ago. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how I handle the budget thing is I get ahead of it. And before they can talk to me about how they don't have budget, I'm pretty quick to get to the budget so that I can test those waters.
One of the things I love about this is like my favorite way of selling. I mean, I used to sell I ran a marketing agency. I sold like 6-figure marketing contracts, annual contracts, right? It's 100K to 500K a year or whatever, right? And I would just be like, I don't think we're a fit for you. We're really expensive and I've only got 2 slots left. And the reality is we only took on a certain amount of clients. We actually only always have there's always a number there, right? Whether it's 2 or 10, right?
Sure. I only have a few slots left to sponsor the Sell Better Daily Sales Show. So I know exactly what you're saying.
Exactly. And I would just be like, look, I don't think I can work with you. It's a reverse selling. Like, we're not the right fit. I know. Thank you for taking the time out. I can help you in 7 ways, but probably not gonna work out here. Let's just address the elephant in the room or not, and then leave. Right?
Yeah. I will sometimes word it like this. I say, we might not be a good fit. I won't know until we get further into it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that kind of dangles the carrot.
Yeah. I can't tell you as a buyer how many things I bought with that reverse on me. I was like, damn it, now I really want this.
Wait, no, I need this.
Yeah. So you're really
let's switch gears. I honestly, I think so. I want to move to the next piece because I know that is a short program and I want to get this conversation out because it's been heavy on my heart. I get two main pieces of outreach constantly on LinkedIn and emails. I get people that are looking for their next sales opportunity because they've been laid off or just because they've moved on from their last position. And I get people that are looking for candidates. Now, I've learned a very valuable lesson about making recommendations for jobs. I don't do this anymore. What I do is make introductions and I let those people take it from there. But here is what has to start happening. And I'm saying this to every person on the job market right now that's been applying for SDR roles. Every person on the job market right now that is applying for account executive or customer success roles. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Prospect your way into the role in the same fashion that you are going to prospect your way into new accounts. This is a reflection of how you are planning to do the job. Don't just fill out the application and then hope you get a phone call so they can set up an interview for you. Don't do this. Fill out the application, connect with 25 of them on LinkedIn, ask questions to the frontline reps that are relevant to how they like working there. Get the feedback that you need to be able to form and articulate a great email to the hiring manager or the person that you might be answering to. Make the connection so you can stay on the radar and move through the hiring process faster. That is what stands out to employers looking to hire sales reps in the modern economy.
I love it. One more thing to add to that is if you want to get a job, it's clear you got to stand out. You just talked about you're effectively doing the job. How you present yourself is how you would actually doing the job. One more thing I would say is this is a time to be extra helpful. So one of the ways we got clients early days in my marketing agency and even at Mailshake today is I get cold emails every day, right? Cold calls. I respond to some of them and just give them feedback. Like, hey, look, I'm in this space. Here's how I would have worded it to get to my attention. By the way, we run a sales engagement software.
Yeah.
You should check us out. Right. And I would go to a marketing website. I would go to and a marketing agency. I would go to companies I want to work with. I think we got what's that diapers company? Jessica Alba's company, Honest.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know about her company. Sure.
Yeah. So we worked with her, 2010, 11, really early on. Nice. And I was I just ripped apart her website in a video. Right. And I was this was early on when no one was doing video. So maybe video doesn't work the same way. That's the format. But I was 15 things you need to fix. And there's the CEO doing it, right? It's not just some SDR or whatever, right? So that same strategy works today. If you're trying to get a job in the SDR space, go pretend to be a prospect and just tell them how to do a better job. Stand out. And then your skills kind of help you get from there.
I feel like video has been a platform for me for some time now that has helped me to personalize and stand out in lots of different scenarios. Even internally, somebody will be like, James, can you help me with X, Y, or Z? And I'll jump into Slack and do a quick Vidyard video and light it up and send it to them and be like, let me walk you through this. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. At the same time, if you're on the job market, lots of people are going to fill out that application. Lots of people are probably even going to connect with blank connection requests on LinkedIn. I mean, this is very common practice now. But very few people are going to download the free Chrome extension from Vidyard and then begin creating a personalized video for that VP of sales that's doing the interviewing and be able to articulate why you'd be a great fit for the job and how your past experience relates to the current role that's being offered, et cetera, et cetera. That type of video goes a long way to stand out when that VP or that director of business development sees it and goes, shit, this is really good. I wonder what she'd be able to do if I put her in front of some prospects and have her use video. Let's make this magic, right? That's an interesting connection for them to make organically. And all you've done is take a single step that 99% of the other candidates are too afraid to take. That's all you've done there. It takes literally less time to put that video together and send it than it does to fill the application out that you worked so hard to fill out, which doesn't guarantee that you'll get a call back or an interview.
Most people, yeah, totally agree. Most people here, and we're going to end it with this. Most people are filling out cover letters to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've never read a cover letter in my life.
I have been a hiring manager for many years and held many jobs and many industries where I was the hiring manager, and I have never cared about a cover letter. I think I received one once that was very well binded and was kind of impressive on like the glance, because it had like a plastic cover that had like holograms on it. I'll never forget it. And I was like, damn, look at this. Like, it really stood out to me because it was so unique and different. But that's one out of the hundreds that I've probably reviewed in my time.
A better approach, and it might not work as effectively because it's a remote. Most companies are remote these days. There's still a lot of remote jobs. Find the person, FedEx, signature required, a paper with something on it, right? Like, not a cover letter, something. The hiring manager or the VP of sales, wherever company, whoever like the decision maker is, and just get their attention. Because a cover letter, okay, let's say 25% of applicants fill out a cover letter. Okay, 1,000 people apply.
Yeah.
Great. You're one of 250. You're one of one if you FedEx somebody some shit. You know, like, it doesn't matter what it is.
It's true.
You know, maybe avoid like glitter and, you know, fancy stuff because, you know, that's not good. But like,
not always great.
Stand out. Really, what we're both talking about is stand out and get ahead. And
you would do the same thing for prospecting. I used to work for a company whose logo, their mascot was a unicorn. And I used to send those unicorns to people with a note after like my 4th or 5th attempt to connect with them. I would send them that with a note that said, quit horsing around. And it always got a good response, a good laugh on my next touch, because I would get confirmation that they received it. And then, of course, I'd reach out and be like, hey, I hope you like that gift.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, go above and beyond and, like, get creative. I think really get creative, and you're really demonstrating how you're going to do the job. James, where can people go to check out your daily?
You want to check us out at sellbetter.xyz. Make sure you connect with me at Say What Sales. I've never met a stranger in my life, just human beings that I haven't met yet, friends. So hit me back up. I'm probably the most responsive person that you'll ever talk to. I'm very active on LinkedIn, but I'm very selective about who I allow into my network because I'm very rapidly approaching that 30,000 connection limit. So you'll forgive me if you reach out on LinkedIn. At Say What Sales on TikTok and Instagram is the better place to reach out.
Love it. And I'd say, like, check out your videos daily. The energy, the vibe you bring off. Start the day watching a daily video from yesterday to the morning of, whatever. You're just going to come out with better ideas, energy. So check that out.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. Energy is the transfer of enthusiasm. Let's make it happen.
Love it. Love it.